Hi everyone, John here from LookSmart Home Inspections, and today I want to talk to you guys about what do you do now that you've received your home inspection report. So you had a great home inspection. The home inspector uncovered many issues that you didn't know about in the home probably, and you have a report now many pages long, loaded with pictures. So you just received this report, but what do you do now? So the first thing to do, and this may be controversial, but this is what I would do, given many years of home inspection and working with clients and attorneys, this is what I would do. And I think this is very helpful. So you take the report, and the first thing you do is you read the whole thing from start to finish. You just read the whole thing and you try to digest the whole thing in total, okay? The second thing after you do that, and it may not be directly after you do that, you may need a break, maybe the next day. But what you're going to do is you're going to take that report and you're going to read it on a personal computer, and you're not going to use a phone to scroll, because if you use a phone to scroll and read a highly detailed report, for sure you're going to miss stuff. So we don't want to miss anything. This is way too important. So make sure you read your report on a personal computer. And then what I want you to do, and even if the report has a summary, I want you to go through the report a second time, and this is very important. And I want you to take the important highlights of the major issues that you found in the home, and I want you to grab those issues, cut them, and paste them into a separate document. So you'll have a major issue, say you have a foundation wall issue, you're going to cut and paste that issue with a description in a separate document. Say you have a roof leak issue, you're going to do the same thing. Water infiltration in the basement, same thing. We found mold in the basement, same thing. We found mold in the attic, same thing. We found a plumbing leak, same thing. So you're going to cut those major areas of concern and you're going to put them in a separate document. So what I found this does is it really helps to unmuddy the waters, and it helps your attorney and yourself figure out exactly where you want to go, because the attorney is going to draft a request letter to the seller asking for some correction or for some credits back. And if you have a concise short list of these concerns, it's going to be timely, it's going to be efficient, and it's going to be much more effective than sending the seller 80 pages of home inspection report, and they're going to throw their hands up and not really know, what to do with that. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to stress is that you must be clear on the major issues. And if you have any questions about things that you saw in the home, even if you attended the home inspection report, you may not be clear on all the issues. I mean, these houses are complex and sometimes have complex issues. So I want you to work with your home inspector and give him or her a call if you have any questions or concerns about some of the items. You need to be clear, because eventually you're going to have to ask the seller to remediate these problems, and you're going to have to convey those problems to the real estate attorney. And if you're unsure, they're going to be unsure. And the last thing we want is this in this real estate transaction is to have people that are unsure about what to ask for and about what the real problems are in the home that you're buying. So make sure that you're in contact with the home inspector and ask him or her any questions regarding any concerns that you have after you've read that report. So after you do that, you can go back and you can tailor again your short list of concerns. Maybe that list has 5 items, maybe it has 7, maybe it has 10, who knows? Really depends on what the home inspector and yourself found during the home inspection. But that's the first thing to do. So you're going to make a short list from the home inspection report, and you're going to call the home inspector and have him or her answer any questions or anything that you're unsure of. There's no stupid questions. As home inspectors, we're educators. Our job is to make sure that you're comfortable and learning about the house you're buying and have a full understanding of the problems that exist, so that you can make good, educated decisions. That's the first step in this process after you get the home inspection report. Okay, what do you do next? You read the report once, you read it a second time, you put together your short list of what to ask for. Now is the time that you should try to get repair estimates for the problems that you're asking for correction or remediation for. Now, you can ask your home inspector for some ballpark numbers, but home inspectors we're not contractors. We actually don't know what something will actually cost. I mean, we have maybe a ballpark idea, but nothing takes the place of coming to the bargaining table with actual repair estimates. So call some contractors, get some names from family and friends of contractors who might be able to come into the house, electricians, general contractors, plumbing contractors, and put some numbers to the problems that you and the home inspector found in the house. And that will give you a leg up. That'll make you in a better position than, say, 90% of the people coming to the bargaining table and trying to negotiate a real estate deal, because you actually have some concrete and actual numbers rather than just trying to, spitball some numbers or provide a range of what something may cost. So now's the time. Do your best to get reputable contractors in there to provide those repair estimates, and you will be doing yourself a great service in this real estate transaction when you go ahead and negotiate this deal. I know, you don't have to tell me. Buying a house is like having a second full-time job. You'll probably say, John, I have my hands full. I got all these plates in the air. Don't give me anything else to do. But yes, in fact, you do have something else to do. You need to now have all the other ancillary inspections performed that your home inspector has recommended. And those are the other inspections that are other inspections. Basically, they can be level 2 chimney inspections, they can be oil tank location, they can be sewer line inspections, they can be professional engineering inspections if there's any major structural concerns found. So typically, if you let the attorneys know that there's other pending ancillary inspections, that won't affect the length of your inspection contingency. That should be okay, provided that you alert all the other parties that these other ancillary inspections are going to take place. So now's the time. Make sure you have those other ancillary inspections performed, because the more due diligence you do and learning all you can about this property or this house that you're buying, the better position you're going to be to negotiate, and a better position you're going to be to understand the financial commitment that you're going to have to make, to this house. So houses are so expensive in New Jersey. Don't just sweep those ancillary inspections under the rug. If the home inspector called for those ancillary inspections, whatever inspections they are, really consider them and try to do them as best you can, because he or she has put them on the paper for you to do. They want you to have more information because the home inspector is unsure or unclear of something, and you need more clarity on that specific item. So please do those ancillary inspections. Cannot stress that enough. The more information you have, the better you're going to be during this real estate transaction. After you receive the report, you send in your short list, you did your ancillary inspections. All along this way, you want to be talking to your real estate attorney, because one of the biggest problems that I find is the disconnect between the attorney, the inspector, and the person who's buying the house. I don't know why, but there's sometimes a lack of communication there. Now, as a home inspector, I don't really communicate to your real estate attorney other than sending the home inspection report. But if your attorney is unclear of some things that are in the report, you must make sure that they contact that home inspector and get clarity on that situation, so the attorney understands and can craft a proper request letter or demand letter to the seller and articulate exactly what the highlights are, what you're actually asking for. Because if that disconnect exists and the attorney doesn't know or is unsure of what to ask for, that letter is going to be garbage. And I've read so many of those letters, absolute trash. And you must make sure that after that letter is crafted, you read it and you make any changes or corrections, or let the attorney know, hey, this I don't like, this is not where we're going with this. You must make those decisions. I know you're paying your real estate attorney, but you have to be part of this process and make sure that that attorney understands explicitly what they're asking for. And if they don't know, it's your job to make them clear on what they're asking for. And that attorney should be in contact with the home inspector in that respect. Don't have that disconnect that I see so many times. I promise you, if you leave this to your attorney to figure out and read that report and come up with a list of things to request for the seller, that thing is going to be a mess. Because you know what? Attorneys are not home inspectors. They're not home professionals. They're attorneys. They do real estate. They don't know all the systems in a house. How could they possibly? So please, this is something I cannot stress enough. Get this disconnect to go away. Be on the same page. Home inspector, yourself, real estate attorney. That's three. You triangle right there. Yourself at the top, home inspector and attorney, all working together for your best interest. Do that. You'll have a smooth and clear negotiation. So there you have it. Those are some things and tips that I believe that, in my experience doing home inspections all these years, are going to be beneficial for you guys after you receive the home inspection report. There's no school to know these things, but you learn from experience, just as I've learned from experience. And so if you're proactive and you take this as almost like a part-time job, this house negotiation process, reading the report, coming up with a list, ancillary inspections, getting estimates, working with your attorney, your life will be so much easier at the end because your transaction will be that much smoother, and financially you'll be so much better off because you'll be on a good, firm foundation rather than trying to let all these parties do what they want to do without direction. So my advice would be to definitely take the driver's seat. Be proactive, be timely and efficient, and don't by any means sit on these things. As soon as you get that report, start working on it. Get those inspections done proactively, quickly. Get those other ancillary inspections. Get those estimates performed very, very quickly, and you will be in such a better position. So I hope this helps. I think there's so much more to learn where people buying homes, they're in the dark. They don't really understand what to do in this process. Oftentimes they feel that nobody's on their side. And I'm just hoping that this video would find somebody who needs more clarity and more direction after they receive their home inspection report. So thank you so much for watching. It's John from LookSmart Home Inspections, doing great home inspections throughout the state of New Jersey. Thanks so much. See you next time.